Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be kind of a champion guide and some testing for Calvalax. I'm going to be doing this a different way. I was going to log on to someone else's account live on stream and then test some things and discuss some things live with the chat so that we could take their ideas on things they want to see, and then we could do that live, give some feedback, because with a summoning event coming up for this guy, I wanted to get you an infographic. By the way, you can get that down below in the info and the pinned comment if you want access to that infographic showing a general breakdown of the champion. So this was about probably 90 minutes, hour and a half, 2 hours of live testing with the chat, interacting with them, asking questions and stuff. So I wanted to upload that to YouTube, cut it down to like a 10-15 minute more bite-sized YouTube friendly video, kind of the highlights of that session to keep you in the loop if you were not there on stream or you are not over on Twitch, so I can bring that content to you as well. So that's going to be what this is. And also a huge shout out to Pavo for letting me use his account for the testing and the Calvalax that he already had built. So that's going to be what this one is. Let's get into it. I'm hanging in there. We're just going to test Calvalax here. Huge shout out to Pavo. Thank you for letting us do some testing here. Everybody has gear. Very nice. So let's see what happens here. We got the poisons. And then we nuke it down with Eleanor Rill. We might want to put in Zavia here. Look at that, though. Calvalax is huge. Look at this guy. What is going on? Look how massive Calvalax is. What is this right here? He's like 8 feet tall. Look at him next to Kymar. Kymar and Tomb Lord. So this is the ability here that'll place up to 3 extra hits. Right? You get the A to attack one enemy, extra hit for each poison. So he should do the max right here. So it'd be a good showcase of that. Yep, so he did the max of 4. That was kind of cool. Pretty fast Fire Knight 25 team. I like the nuking of the waves with Calvalax. This is pretty cool right here. You get the poisons down, and then you just blow it up. Bang. And then you get a bunch of free ones for the next wave, and then bang. There was the multi-hitter on the shield. That was super handy. Yeah, this is a pretty sick team. A minute 36. We get the poisons. And then, obviously, the combust blows them up. And we should get to the boss in 15 seconds. There we go. 15 seconds. Yeah, because he places those before the shield comes up. And then he has this amazing ability right here, this A2, where he'll get 4 hits on the shield. So this should be a decent comparison, because we'll have 253 and 59 versus 261 and 58. So we'll get to see how he hits compared to Candraphon if we go to avoid affinity, so that there is no bonus. We'll debuff, and then we'll see how they both hit. Compare it up. We get the free poisons. Lydia will debuff. Candraphon. Candraphon's AoE is hitting for about 65 to 75. It was 65 to 75 versus... Yeah. He hits about like Candraphon, but that's without them like buffing each other. Like Candraphon hitting harder with Veil, like you said. And if they had super high HP, attack up, things like that, but based on just the multiplier, because if we pull up, because we got Candraphon, his is a 3.7 on the AoE, and then his is a 3.5, but you get a little bit on the HP. So yeah, he can definitely nuke. Throw in a Duchess to get full potential of Candraphon will probably hit harder then. They have the same aura, by the way. They're both 19% all battle. That's just the passive. And then Duchess will go. And now Candraphon, he was hitting for like 65 to 75 last time. Yeah, look at that. Jeez. That was like 140 to 150. And he was at about 100 that time with the attack up. So Candraphon is going to nuke harder in almost all scenarios. But Calvalax can definitely hit. Yeah, it's still a nice AoE, considering the fact that his multipliers are pretty similar to Candraphon, but Candraphon, he gets that damage increased by 40%, and that 40% was about the exact difference between him and Calvalax. He hit about 40-something% harder. So that passive effect is what puts him above, as long as you keep him under a veil. So Calvalax's nuking potential is pretty similar to an unveiled Candraphon. Do we have a Royal Guard built? We can test it. We can test his AoE potential versus Royal Guard. Might be a fun test. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in business. All right. Total stats, 271. Pretty comparable. All right, so let's get testing versus Royal Guard. Let's get Tomb Lord in there too to really test it. There we go. Let's try that, huh? All those poisons, the debuff. And I want this. Lots of poisons. Okay, now Royal Guard will hit the AoE for about 90 to 110. His AoE, yeah, see, Royal Guard hits a little bit harder. Slightly. But that's pretty good to hit. I mean, because AoE's Royal Guard's a really good AoE nuker. Oh, and he's unbooked. Yeah, no, so that's really good. That's a fair point, because he gets 30% damage. Okay, yeah, no, this dude can nuke for sure. Maybe we could put on Savage Gear to simulate the books, maybe. Do you think? Okay, now we'll try this versus Royal Guard. This should simulate kind of being booked, I think. Ah, no, okay. About 80 to 115. About 80 to 115. Royal Guard. Yeah, about the same. About the same AoE nuke as a Royal Guard. With his potential here. So yeah. If you had him booked plus yeah, attack up would help a ton. We can try that. Because we are going to have attack up a lot. Attack up will be a very consistently used qualifier. So this will be kind of what his normal potential will look like. If you pair him with a poisoner and an attack up. Get the attack up. And now this would be like a proper setup. Yeah, look at that. Like 130 to 150. AoE nuke. Harder than Royal Guard.
Victory.
And Royal Guard was a super popular dungeon nuker for a long time. But yes, that is true. But the Royal Guard's booked. We did that to kind of simulate the books, because the Royal Guard's booked and the Calvalax isn't. You know what I mean? So it's still kind of fair. Unless the Royal Guard's not booked. Yeah, see, the Royal Guard's booked. So he gets that 20% damage, whereas Calvalax didn't. So we did the Savage gear to kind of simulate the books. So I would say what's the final verdict here? The final verdict is he can nuke with pretty easily attainable setup. He can nuke AoE pretty similar to a Royal Guard. Maybe slightly higher versus targets that don't have low HP, because he has an insane base attack. You set it up with poisons. Pretty good AoE nuker. And he gets these free poisons at the start of each wave, so he's an amazing wave speedrunner. Gets a lot of damage from books, 30% on his AoE nuke, which is huge. Multi-hitter against the Fire Knight because he places these poisons before the shield. He comes up, he places the poisons, and then the Fire Knight slams his shield down. How would this have compared? How would this have compared if Geomancer was in there on Brutal? About the same. I mean, that's pretty good. So pretty similar to Geomancer, you say, huh? But yeah, because right at the start of the battle, he gets him off, and then Zavia is going to detonate, block revive, and then if there's anything left, we'll get the cleanup from Calvalax on the AoE. Pretty spicy. By the way, Pavo, thank you for letting us test. We appreciate you. Huge shout out to Pavo here. Thank you. I'll get off your account now. Alrighty, so that does it. And yeah, Calvalax is probably a little bit better than I thought he was gonna be. He can do damage. He can hit pretty hard. He can do lots of speed farming compositions, kind of like a seer type setup to get you to the boss super fast. The multi-hitter against the Fire Knight. He can even kind of do some fun and nuke strategies in the arena. He can be a DPS slot champion for some of those unkillable comps to crank out a lot of damage against the clan boss. Really the only drawback to him as a champion, in my opinion, is the really low base HP. But besides that, he is definitely a solid addition to almost any roster and raid. There's lots of fun things that you can do with him. So I think they did a pretty good job in designing him as a champion. He's not like broken, stupid, OP, silly, and he is not trash. He definitely has roles in the game where he's a lot of fun to utilize. So huge shout out to David Fitzsimmons for doing a great job designing this guy. Absolutely amazing aesthetics here. Looks super cool. Really fits the Night Revenant theme of Raid Shadow Legends. So all in all, pretty happy with him as a champion. And I don't blame anybody that kind of wants to YOLO for a 10x going for him. I don't think he's going to be a Siphi, a Duchess, anything like that to really carry an account. But definitely a fun champion to have. So would love to hear what you think down below in the comment section as well. For those of you that have him, have been able to test him. If you agree or disagree with me on certain things, I always enjoy hearing your feedback as well. So that'll do it for me in this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.